I'd like to welcome back to the show Dr. Barbara Lash. And you were on about a year ago and you were coaching up the #1 draft pick in the NFL. And guess what? A year goes by and you're coaching up the #1 pick in the NFL. Today we're talking about the importance of media coaching and public speaking. And it's one of those things, you don't have to be an NFL player or even a high profile person to really understand the value and why it's important to be coached up. And we will also get to this bell, and that's something that she uses as a trick. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Let's start out by, when you coach up people, let's just say in the NFL, what are you actually teaching them and why is it important?
We're teaching them to use their platform in a way that they can be proud of it, right? When you think about the athletes, they spend most of their lives practicing and playing the game. They don't necessarily have that time to be in front of the camera where they're getting coached on it so that they can get that feedback. And yeah, it's majorly important because they have these platforms and they can do so much with them, and it prepares them for potentially life after the sport.
Absolutely, and that's really important. And again, they have these big platforms and they're in front of millions of people and they can influence people. So, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. Yes. So it's very important. But again, it's not just athletes. A lot of what you talk about is really important for even kids out there or adults.
You are speaking my language,
So
Mark.
let's talk about that. I was just telling you before we were on, my 14-year-old, he'll start high school football this fall. And they've already talked to them about Twitter accounts, how it's important for recruiting, and you want to keep the content on there as clean and pure as you can because you are marketing yourself and you as an athlete.
Look, we live in our phones. Even adults, we live in our phones. But the generations behind us, everything happens there. So Twitter gives them a source to really put their words together. Coaches want to know if they can communicate outside of that cell phone, even just in a full sentence. But the other thing is, once you know and own your voice and your story, no one can take that from you. So it's so important to teach kids to do that, to use their voice, to be responsible on social media. And the coaches are not just looking for what they're posting, they're looking for who they're following. They want to know what's important to them and how committed they are to their sport and who they are supporting in their social media. Very important.
There's a lot of information out there, so you have to be very careful. So you could see how you want to control this and how you need coaching. One of the things I want to talk about too is this bell. So this is a trick that you have yes. when you're teaching primarily athletes when it comes to talking and speaking.
What? Listen to how jarring that is.
It's jarring.
We do that every time someone says or another filler word. It really moves the mountain in helping them understand how jarring it is, but also it helps disrupt that behavior. I have guys telling me a year later, I still hear that B, Coach. I still hear that bell, Coach B. Why'd you do that to me? But it makes a difference, and I think it's important to highlight that.
So this is one that you could do at home, maybe one of your kids or yourself. You have a presentation to give. You could have somebody do the bell live, or you could record yourself, and then when you play it back, hit it on yourself and call,
or get your kids to do it.
Yeah, oh, they'll be all over that.
All over it, but then you can do it to them as well.
One of the things that I wanted to talk about too, player engagement department. So this is something that's very important, and it's really starting to grow, not just in the NFL, but through all different types of organizations.
Yeah, Mark, the player engagement departments really are the ones who bring in people like myself to give athletes exposure to things outside of the field, whether it's mental awareness, great mental health, financial coaching, media coaching, public speaking coaching. So when you think about it again, if I want my kid to learn how to play soccer, I want her to learn from a soccer player, not from me. Well, the same thing in this space. They want their athletes to learn about financial planning from a financial expert, or media and public speaking coaching from someone like me. And I think that's a really great thing that they do. Particularly the Jacksonville Jaguars, Marcus Pollard is the player engagement director, and he does a marvelous job of putting these programmings together. Dr. Candace Franco as well. And then really at the league level and the club level, all these guys and ladies are doing amazing things.
It's really interesting. I spoke to several NFL athletes, throughout my years in this profession. And one thing that happens, they come from major universities and they play football and everything's done for them. And then when they get to the pros, everything's kind of done for you as well when it comes to meals, doctor's appointments, all that stuff. So now they're getting to the point where they're realizing that we have to teach these young men how to survive outside the walls of these big institutions, because there's almost like blind spots because they're just not used to it.
Yeah, I mean, think about going to college. If I went straight from high school to the real world, so to speak, and I didn't have that bridge, if you will, in college, I probably really would have struggled. And so I find that a big fortunate opportunity for me to have that bridge. Same thing with them. Teaching them now is really when it counts. They can test things out,
Sure.
you know. If they, maybe over the summer, they have a camp and they want some media exposure, well, they've got a great relationship with you and WJXT, so then they might call and say, hey, can you cover my story? They can actually practice those interviews. It's really great training ground for so much more than the actual sport, so I'm so happy to be a part of it.
And Dr. Lash, if people want to learn more about yourself, how can they do that?
Well, I have a website. It is coachedbyb.com, as in you've been coached by B, as in Barbara.
Well, thanks again for all your time and information and visiting us once again. We appreciate it.
You guys are awesome. Thanks for having me again.
Thank you. Stick around, more to come right after this.